You're Near the Wild with Matt Becker and John Norris, recorded in Anchorage, Alaska. John?
Greg Chaille.
There he is.
Yeah.
Matt Becker?
I know.
There he is.
I know that cough.
That hat seems familiar.
So John, so you're here then?
I'm here. This is like the one time a year where I actually have like something going on. I'm in the middle of a film competition. I have until 6:00 tonight to finish a short film. So that's what's going on with me.
I talked to him last night. He seemed pretty sweaty.
That's me normally. I eat a lot of ham.
I mean, after a 3.5-hour podcast, you'll still have 45 minutes to finish up.
This is true.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
How short can this film be? Just add extra credits.
By the way, John, I'm Brett Erickson. I don't know if we've met. Have we?
I think we met when you were at last time you were at Coots. I think
At Coots? Okay. I was really drunk for all of that, so I just wasn't sure.
You were a nice person when you were drunk, so it's fine. I
All
like
right,
it.
Good. I better be because I'm almost always drunk.
There's no other time.
He's really mean sober, but really nice drunk.
Luckily, that's only Tuesday mornings from 6 to 8.
Perfect. Hey, everybody, it's Near the Wild. I'm John Norris.
I'm Matt Becker.
And we're here. Oh, sorry, Greg, I forgot. We do it so often without you that.
And I'm Greg Chaille.
And we have a special guest today.
Are you guys going to keep trading off like the Beastie Boys
Yeah, that's what
for
we
this
do.
whole
That's our thing.
podcast?
Greg lays a beat underneath it, and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And we got Brett Erickson is also here.
I am. Hi, gentlemen.
Where are you at, Brett?
I am in the podcaster located in Bisbee, Arizona. Hello.
I heard that's getting to be a big podcasting location now.
It's a hotbed.
The West Coast hub of podcasting.
Yeah.
That's where Mamundo does their podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Really.
is a division apparently of Al Jazeera now.
I did not realize that. Yeah, I'm in Bisbee, and it's fucking awesome. It's 65 degrees right now.
I have a question.
All right. Yeah.
Going to Bisbee, it doesn't seem like it's a place that like is on the way to anywhere else. So you just have to be going to Bisbee.
It's weird. I was about to start my new life in Douglas, Arizona, and I made it almost all the way there, 8 miles away. Yeah, it's not on the way. Yeah, it's we're going from Peoria to Los Angeles.
Fuck, that should be the name of your next album, 8 Mile.
You only get one shot. Yeah, so it's been a little bit of a detour from Peoria to Los Angeles via Bisbee, but fuck it, it's great here.
For our listeners who don't know Brett Erickson, would be
How
weird.
is that possible?
It's much more likely that they don't know us and they know you.
Hey, if it plays in Peoria.
There he is. It's good stuff.
So what would you say you do, Brett?
John, I think that's my favorite question I've ever been asked. What do I do? I talk. I'm a talker. I'm a comedian, and I build swimming pools, and I'm a licensed soccer referee.
Oh, that's a marketable skill.
And
Illinois,
a
right?
Virgo.
Don't you have to get qualified?
Certified, yeah.
Certified
Yeah.
when you go to
in each
another
state, yeah.
How's the Peoria World Cup bid coming along?
Well, we're struggling. We lost to Decatur in the pool play, so we're not picking up the points we need to qualify. But it's a long road.
All right.
Yeah, well, I mean, more people know what soccer is today, so that helps.
All right, it's I enjoy it. It's a fun way to make some cash, I think.
Do you play soccer or are you strictly a ref?
No. I started reffing because my kids played and I started coaching, and I really enjoyed yelling at the fucking asshole referees during the games. And then I realized after a couple of years of that I really didn't know the rules very well, and maybe I should learn them. And so then that's how I got into it. It's fun though.
You got it by upping your heckling?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's how you got in the field. How'd you get into comedy?
Same way.
Brett was actually part of the UnBookables movie.
Jesus Christ.
I figured you weren't going to say it, so.
Ugh.
How do I get a hold of this movie?
They sent me a box with maybe 20 or 25 DVDs in it, and I forced myself to watch it, and it lived down to every expectation I had. And then I sealed up the box, and I have it safely hidden.
You just buried it in the desert like all those.
And it's not, it's not
Atari games.
You're right. It's not to jack up its worth farther down the road. It's so that they're out of circulation.
You should sell them after the soccer game. You thought soccer was boring. Wait till you watch this.
If you enjoyed the shitty calls I was making on the field, you're really gonna like this movie.
Yeah, you think I suck now? Wait till you see me fucking around with Sean Rouse and Brendan Walsh.
There are moments. We've talked about. Well, there are moments if you want to kill it.
It's
like when Travis Lipsky looks like he's going to throttle
James Inman.
That's a beautiful moment.
It was just one of those things, and I've mentioned this before at other various places. A guy had a thought about filming the UnBookables, and it's the comedians. It was Doug's idea. He came up with the name. There were comedians that Doug Stanhope liked that they're unbookable because they're talking about shit that most comedy clubs don't want to hear about. So, but then his idea. The guy who made the movie, his whole idea was, well, don't talk into the camera. Don't mention that we're here. Act like we're not here. We just want to be a fly on the wall in your everyday comedy life. We want it to be as exact as real life as possible. And, addressing the camera isn't part of that. And I was like, well, none of this would have happened without the movie. You set up these shows. They set up a show in a place we would have never done a show. They got a van we would have never driven in. They set up a show at a place in Austin behind fucking chicken wire so that the audience could throw shit at us while we were talking.
And everyone was throwing food.
People were throwing food and shit. Yeah. Like, come on, man.
I love that approach. Like, we just want to be a fly on the wall, but your walls suck, so we're gonna make new walls.
That's 100%.
Who is the executive producer? John Taffer?
Comedy Rescue, starring John Taffer.
I want this to be spontaneous. Look over here.
Yeah. So anyway, it's out there. And if you're a fan of James Inman, I suggest you pick it up because he's in every fucking scene.
Yeah.
And if you're a fan of James Inman, after you pick it up, fucking shoot yourself.
That's one of the only guaranteed ways to see James Inman these days, isn't it?
Maybe. He's watching very closely the Illuminati and all of the other various conspiracies. So we need him out there on the front lines fighting the good fight. He's doing a great job. And we love you, James Inman.
Somebody's got to do it.
He's the only comic that I booked out there that will never go back.
Yeah, what about
based on me? Like
at Chilkoot Charlie's, you're talking about.
Chilkoot Charlie's, of course.
Because he got really drunk and he dressed in a clown outfit with face paint and all, and he shit on everybody and told everyone to fuck off. Get it? It's basically it, right?
The best part was we just happened to be in Costa Rica at the time. So with a 3-hour time difference, I watched Greg's face on the phone. I went, "You didn't really book Inman again, did you?" And Greg's like, he said it'd be different.
That's like it's like Ray Rice's wife. He said it was just the one time; it wouldn't happen again.
He's completely right there. By the way, there's no hyperbole.
No, but the best part was when you're on vacation. It's like if if the stock market crashes while you're in fucking Monaco, you're sitting there on the phone going, "We lost everything. Lost everything. Enjoy your vacation." James Inman did the comedy at Coots what the Rolling Stones did to rape.
What?
It was a big lie. It turns out. Yeah.
Oh,
we should have fact checked.
I thought you would have said what Bill Cosby did to rape.
Bill Cosby had the longest rape career. I don't care about comedy. That's a long career to rape.
Yeah.
I mean, they should do a comedy rape award. I mean, he's
Hall of Famer for sure.
Yeah.
He definitely killed Vince Champ. Sorry.
Oh,
Dave.
without a doubt, man. Vince Champ was a pretender to the throne. I'm proud of Bill Cosby for keeping his dick working for that long.
Oh, that's when you start going, this is like, apparently, if you got money, Magic Johnson can cure AIDS and Bill Cosby can keep a dick hard.
Yeah, well, he gives her pills, and he's got a couple of pills for himself, too, I'm sure. Yeah.
And worse than even the football players whose wives have to sit through those things. Every time you see Camille, is that her name?
Yeah.
She's just ghostly looking at him like Oprah Winfrey suggests they not read his book. She's just ghostly watching, going, I'm not saying a word.
Yeah, he's been relatively quiet through this whole thing. Cosby has, which is not.
He doesn't have to say anything.
Well, it just seems like if you hadn't done it, you would want to defend yourself a little bit.
But the only that's the best way for someone to start questioning you and getting you going, because he already settled out of court in 2005 once, right?
Yeah.
Well, and then ever since then he hasn't said a word.
He's still spiraling downward right
absolutely.
now. I mean,
think
shit's getting canceled.
He's trying to build some intrigue so he can do another special, and maybe some answers are coming in his new Netflix special.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe he's just working it out right now on the one nighters.
He's doing walk-ons, open mics.
Yeah.
If you can get in and work on a little material.
Yeah, I noticed that nobody calls him Dr. Cosby anymore.
They took all his degrees away.
They did. Well, yeah, maybe he was taking it too seriously. He's dispensing meds. Hey, that was just an honorary title, dummy.
That's what he was saying. You got a headache?
Prescription book.
Well, the thing that's shocking to me is that, well, it shouldn't be shocking. I guess I'm cynical. Is it the lawyers and what the lawyers have been saying all along? Cosby's lawyers. Yeah. That is preposterous. I mean, case after case is like, these women have no leg to stand on here. There's nothing. This is ridiculous. Poppycock.
Yeah.
It's like
there's a lot.
There's a lot of them. Turns out
there's nobody left he didn't rape in the 70s.
One or two would be a fluke.
And watching it fall apart for him and watching people defend him, it's just like what happened at Penn State and the people who loved Joe Paterno and just couldn't fucking deal with the fact that Joe Paterno not only knew about but helped cover up child rape. And they're like, we can't have, Joe Paterno's a fucking great man. They just can't deal with the fact that one of their heroes, one of the good guys, is not a fucking good guy at all. It turns out he should probably be in fucking jail.
Turns out we're all human,
right?
But I kind of feel like Paterno had a lot more supporters than Cosby. Everybody's just like, that seems fishy. Like right away, people are turning on him. I feel like.
Well, who's backing Cosby on this?
Who's
in Cos's camp? Like Whoopi Goldberg and
I think I defended him at first.
I know there's a few like celebrities.
Sandusky.
He's getting a bad rap.
Yeah.
The makers of Spanish Fly, maybe they're behind him.
The Spanish Fly, yeah. The pudding people.
The post-dated check from Marion Barry.
There's a few people. I think it's. I just spent 2 weeks with visiting my mom, so I've been forced to listen to The View and those knockoff shows of cackling women in the audience. And I know those gals halfway around a table all have, crazy opinions about what's happening. And I know there was someone who was like, let's hold on. Let's not let the court of public opinion like make this guy guilty.
Why not? That's fun. And here, I saw this a little bit when this first started to break. People saying, hey, everybody, let's not make jokes about this because, these women were victimized and you're making these jokes at the expense of a rape victim. And no, we're not. We're making these jokes at the expense of Bill Cosby. We're making fun. We're making fun of the raper, not the rapee.
And also, and to be fair, I mean, a black entertainer who was given more outs than anyone that stopped by the police in the last 5 years. I mean, he was brought up and questioned repeatedly, and he never got really in. Every time they always go, I wanted to charge him, but the prosecutor said, we just can't do it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was amazing for a black entertainer. You got to admit, I think because he was a black entertainer, he got more leeway than he would have if he'd been a white entertainer.
Really?
No, not at all. But I thought it was funny. I
think he's a white black entertainer.
He's a white black entertainer.
No, I don't really think that. It just says so on my paper here.
I don't know what Becker really thinks about anything anymore.
Right?
No, I'll tell you what. This is the greatest. When I was growing up, my mom always said, like, you go, I think guns are bad. And she go, okay, now give me 10 reasons guns are good. And you go, I'm so on the gun bad thing. I don't know. She goes, see, you have to know both sides. You can't go in to tell somebody that you think they're bad with no reason why they'd be good. And she's right. So I can always play both sides of any argument.
So what are the 10 reasons that Bill Cosby should continue raping women?
Well, first, you insinuate they were raped. After the third time he did it to that one woman, I think she just didn't realize they're dating.
Yeah.
It's just, it's role play.
Yeah.
I'll pretend to slip something in your drink. You'll drink it.
Right.
You wake up without your PJ.
Oh, yeah.
In 3 different cities she did this thing. And then she was a victim.
That
10
sounds like a
years later.
Tribble run.
Yeah, that's exactly.
You wake up with no pants on in a fucking town you don't know. How'd I get to Spokane?
Pockets turned out.
See, I actually heard that the entire this entire Cosby thing, it's all just been a series of misunderstandings. Because whenever Dr. Cosby rapes a woman, she protests by saying, "Hey, hey, hey," which he, of course, mistakes for a complimentary Fat Albert impression, and then he thanks her and
A tip of a hat to the cartoon
Right.
back in the day.
Yeah, she's just a fan. It's like when Larry the Cable Guy is sucking some guy's dick, and he's like, "Get her done." He's like, "All right, do it." Yeah.
I was
Like
going to say, look where babies feed with Stanhope, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
see?
your Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah. Well, you guys did know that Larry the Cable Guy is gay, right?
Everybody knows.
I
that.
guess, no, we've never worked for him.
You got to get down to the lower 48 more often, Matt.
Oh,
We're having a
apparently
party
I
down
do. That would explain why he's called the Cable Guy, though.
there. He's laying cable.
He has his own brand of, what was that?
Cheeseburger dinner. I don't like to go on a podcast and talk about how wonderful Bisbee is for the fear that people will come here. But right now, the local Alco is doing its going out of business sale, and they have $1 Larry the Cable Guy cheeseburger dinners available. You get here quick because they're delicious.
Well, if Alco's going out of business, you're definitely doing your job of not telling anybody about it.
Perfect.
Do not tell me that's what Becky got in the mail.
No, but she's now going to be receiving a second package.
And you want to open that one really quick.
I'll need the address to Costa Rica.
Larry the Cable Guy cheeseburger dinners. Who the fuck is buying groceries and thinking, yeah, because his picture's on it with the sleeveless flannel and the hairy arms, and he's pointing at the camera on the from the box. Yeah, you gotta get yourself some or something. Like, what the?
Get to the toilet. He actually has a whole line of packaged minute saver meals. He has a bacon macaroni and cheese.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they microwavable?
No, they're all stovetop stuff.
Oh, that's too bad because you could get her done faster. Just pop this baby in the microwave.
Yeah, they didn't even use the "get her done"
I think
catchphrase on the box.
They probably would have had to pay more for that.
Yeah, so they even used something that's not even his catchphrase. Like, they're not, ugh.
Are you sure?
Hope I
Are you
make
sure
it
it's
to that
Larry the
level
Cable
someday.
Guy and not just a lookalike?
At this
It
point,
does
it could
say-
be.
It was it was Terry the Cable Guy.
Yeah, that's it. Larry the guy. The guy.
The guy with cable.
Yeah.
So how do you know he's gay? I'm curious on that. I mean, I've read about Bill Cosby, but I have no idea on the Larry Cable Guy thing.
Oh, really? I just assumed it from his act.
Oh,
It's so homoerotic.
all right. Well, ye protest too much.
Yeah. Plus, I dated him for a while in the late '90s.
Oh, that's why I wanted a little confirmation.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
No.
I'm
I
not
got you.
gay. I'm not gay. I was just trying to advance my career.
It got you to Bisbee.
It got me on this podcast.
So what are your plans in Bisbee? You been playing tennis or going on a nature
No,
walk?
you know what though? Matt, that I'm a fitness nut because I want to make my heart as healthy as I can for cocaine. So I run all the time, and I was running through Bisbee the other day, and I noticed that Bisbee is an old mining town, so there's a lot of tiny little shacks that miners built 60, 70, 80 years ago, and they're now just essentially like they're just like tweaker shacks, you know.
Doug owns most of them.
Yeah, he does. He's a slumlord in Bisbee. So I'm jogging, and I run by a couple of little places with like they're all shut up and dark, but there's a bunch of cars there, and the doors like cracked open a little bit, and it's all dark inside, but Pink Floyd is blaring out of the sound system. It's like 8:30 in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck is going on there? And then I jog a little farther, and I see a guy come out of the convenience store all wrapped up in his hoodie, and he's kind of nervous looking, and he looks at me, and I look at him, and he starts to kind of freak out a little bit, and then he calms down, and as I went, hey, how you doing? He's like, eh. As I went by him, I realized that I'm wearing a T-shirt, my favorite T-shirt I got a couple years ago while on the road with Doug, actually. A fan was wearing. I traded my shirt for his. It's from the novels Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams.
Oh yeah,
and so the T-shirt just says one of the phrases from those books. It just says "Don't panic." That's all it says on the T-shirt is "Don't panic." And I realized after he walked by me that I'm not a jogger in Bisbee, Arizona. I'm like a fucking tweaker superhero. Like I'm running through the streets with all these super sketched out paranoid people, and I'm just like, "Don't panic, everyone. All is well. Everything's the same as it was before. Continue on."
Send him to the cool down tent.
The chill out tent.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Chill out tent. That's what it was. I couldn't remember. So guess what just came in the mail? Guess what just came in the mail?
Wait a minute. Oh.
It's beautiful.
What is happening?
Exactly.
We got the
Exactly,
scarf
John.
from Greg's mom in the mail today.
She sounded excited, so I'm guessing it's not the Larry the Cable guy, bacon and macaroni and
It's a
cheese.
scarf made by Larry the Cable Guy from Macaroni and Cheese.
With bacon.
Very sparkly.
It's the Larry the Cable Guy. It's with bacon, but it's in quote marks, and it's spelled BAKEN because it's nothing like actual animal protein.
The USDA doesn't let them actually use the word bacon.
Right. It would have to be from a pig.
It's great with milk.
You should be in marketing, Matt.
So Becker, what's going on out there?
Well, you know what? And you got to realize this is Armageddon for us. We hadn't had snow forever, and we just have to have it because it's dark now, 18 to 20 hours a day. We're going into the winter solstice on the 21st. And when we don't have snow, we have street lights and stuff, but you have to picture at 4:00 in the afternoon, it's pitch black out. So with no snow, there's no reflecting lights off of anything. So it literally looks like a bad Edgar Allan Poe movie. You can't see the homeless all wear black and they wander in the streets. It's like fucking some death rally, and everyone's depressed. And then all of a sudden we finally got snow, and the ski resort Alyeska was going to open up. They're usually open by Thanksgiving, no problem. This year, week off.
Yeah, they opened 2 weeks late, 3 weeks late.
3 weeks late. 5th largest ski resort in the nation, and it was having trouble. So then they're going to open. So they're opening this week, and then all of a sudden now they announced after everyone ran out and bought their passes, they went, yeah, we're not going to open after all.
And
They
they
didn't have enough snow, or
yeah, it's too warm up there right now. What? And then like Alyeska actually has the capability of blowing snow too.
They were open. They were open on Sunday.
Yeah, but they're closed again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as the people I talked to last night said, son of a bitch, and the non-refundable tickets.
I don't do any of that. I don't want to break a wrist or anything. So
I don't do any winter
play
activity.
it safe.
The only winter activity I do is leave.
Board a plane.
Extreme plane boarding.
And other than that, our elections have all been settled. We've got all our politics all in a row now, and so some of the good guys got in, some bad guys got out.
What was
And,
the big one? Sullivan and was it Begich?
Baggage, yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
They had so many just for Brett. here.
Yeah, catch me up on the local scene, man.
Well, they had so many.
Oh.
They had so many mail-in ballots that they were like, well, at the end of the election night, they're like, well, we should probably just call it. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
There's a ton of ballots that it's going to take weeks to count them all, and the lion's share.
55,000 absentee and write-in ballots. And
Where is
the thing
everybody? What the fuck?
But
It's
But
November.
if you're going to rig an election, a third of the votes were counted by hand by someone you never met 2 weeks later. And then they go, yeah, it's over. And you go, what happened? But they wanted baggage to actually concede before they even counted Juneau. And I go, Juneau's like the third largest city. That's the capital too. And they go, yeah, just concede, just walk away. And he was 9,000 votes down with 55,000 left. And he never made that up.
Oh, wow.
And it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I don't get it. Baggage had to go. I don't get this either. I think it's rigged.
And that's was it the other one, Sullivan?
Sullivan, yeah.
So Sullivan, that's for governor? Sullivan's the governor?
There was a Sullivan running for governor.
Our mayor is named Dan Sullivan, and the guy running was also named Dan Sullivan. So we have national news going, do you think this could confuse the voters at all? Two Dan Sullivans running for two different things?
Offices, yeah.
I'm the real Dan Sullivan.
Yeah. The one who lives in Connecticut.
Right? That all makes sense.
But we did have an avalanche yesterday. We had a avalanche. There was a huge woof with two skiers in the I guess that's called the outback there.
Like along the highway?
Yeah, they were skiing somewhere off of the normal places, and they had an avalanche, and one died and one crawled out, which is always weird because then you realize you're walking out by yourself.
And you left your gum in the other guy's backpack. I got to walk all this way without my gum.
You have rented skis, so you should really keep digging.
Yeah, you got to get that deposit back.
So, John,
Yeah.
what's this? The movie? What is it? Contest?
Yes, I am. I'm currently taking part in the Quick Freeze Film Competition for the Anchorage Film Festival, and it's like the film competition that I put on, but I get to actually make a movie for this one.
Isn't it the Anchorage International Film Festival?
It is. It is indeed the Anchorage International Film Festival.
AIFF.
Sure.
Yep, and every year they do this quick freeze competition where you have a couple of days to make a short film. And I'm a returning champion. I've won this actually 3 times, so I'm trying to defend my title.
Wow.
Can you leak a little bit of it, or you?
Sure. I'm making a short film about a comedian who murders a bunch of hecklers.
I like it. Is James Inman a part of this project?
We can get him in here.
I can get
It's
some
not too late.
unbookables, but they won't show up.
Get the unbookables. I don't want you guys to look at the camera ever. But no, it's everything shot. So I'm just editing right now. I have until about 6 tonight to finish. It's going well. I mean, it looks okay. There's some mistakes. There's some.
Hopefully, it'll be able to be used by comedians as a blueprint. You know, like you read like a murder mystery, you're like, that's what actually fucking work.
This would work.
We could
get away
pull
with
this off.
But
I think
what
you'd
you
be
do
doing
is
comedians all over the world a great favor by showing them how to murder hecklers and get away with it.
Absolutely.
But you put it out. You put it out on a DVD and have them play it before the shows. And you go, come on, it's a parody, people. Parody.
I wouldn't kill you guys. You guys are cool.
Yeah, it's a parody till it's a documentary.
I'm thinking we make DVDs. We put it on a combo disc with the Unbookables. It's
See?
like those Walmart best of collections.
Yeah.
No, you play that before the show, and then you play the unbookables at the end to get them out of the room. We got more people coming, people.
We got to turn this room over quick.
Yeah. So yeah, we started filming on Saturday and filmed all day yesterday, and now just getting everything good to go, and then it screens on Thursday night.
Nice.
We're at
At the Beartooth Theater,
your Beartooth. What time?
the pub and grill at 10 o'clock, 10 I believe.
I'd be working then.
When a short film is made, John, how short is that? What is the actual?
The runtime is 5 minutes.
Oh, so it's short. That's a short film.
It's super short.
The reason being is there's a lot of people making short films, and it's hard to sit through.
I think there are
35 of those.
16, 17 teams in this contest.
Yeah. Nice.
How do they vote on it?
That I'm unclear of. I think
Said the three-time champion.
They mentioned judges, but then they also said audience choice. So
it might have like a 25% weight. Then
I don't know.
Fulfilling all the requirements,
they're
another
gonna
25%.
Pull out the applausometer.
Oh yeah,
do some real scientific calculations.
We just go down to Coots, get a bunch of drunks, tell them buy them all a round of drinks. If you come to the Beartooth, watch my movie, and applaud like a fucking maniac when it's over.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start rounding up homeless people on Spinard.
Actually, you don't have to round them up; they're right there. Get an air horn, run behind them.
Well, I think there's one thing we don't have to do is tell John how to win.
No, that's how many times you've won?
I've won this contest 3 times.
He said that like he's clearly won other contests as well.
Guys, I'm a winner. That's
he's a winner.
thing.
But John's really good at this. But the thing that's amazing is to win 3 times and not know how to judge it is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Well, they change it every time. They're trying to handicap me. I think they know I'm good at making films, but I don't have any friends.
Right.
Oh,
that's why
they're not bringing the applause meter, are they?
This is not gonna work in my favor if it's all audience award.
They should know that real good filmmakers are friendless. That's why they became
Woody
filmmakers.
Allen?
Right. Nobody likes that guy.
But he keeps making movies. Keeps winning. He's got that lifetime achievement award.
I think they should make an award named after you.
I agree. At least, for a Northwest filmmaker,
Yeah.
I mean, make it regional. Don't make it it's not an international award by any means.
Hey, everybody. My short film just won a Norris. Oh, really? You won a Norris? What the?
You got a minute, man?
It's got a good ring to it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I've been working on for this weekend.
Well, good luck.
A lot of really cheesy effects, and
How do we don't want to? You have to give it all away, but how? When the comedian kills, is it giving away if we ask how he kills the hecklers?
No, because this will be online before this podcast probably.
Oh, thanks.
Well,
if the standard turnover rate of our podcast applies,
I guess we're both in a race to edit.
If those glasses of ice are filled with anything other than more ice, then yeah, this will take a minute.
I'll be done with this tonight. So no, one heckler gets ran over, and then his head is forced against an exhaust pipe, and he's got to suck some exhaust for a while.
Excellent.
Then there's somebody gets a machete through the back of the head.
The good one.
So it is really like a comedian fantasy. That's
based on
fucking
real
great.
life.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You guys ever see the clip? You probably have seen this. It was called El Kabong, who was a comedian in the late 80s or early 90s, who like an audience member, and him.
His name wasn't El Kabong.
No,
he was just
his name is now
comic.
El Kabong. He was a comic. He started being called El Kabong because of this incident.
Exactly.
He had his guitar, and then he was being heckled. There was a confrontation, but the guy approached the stage, and the camera is like frozen. Like it's like just a still camera.
It's
in
a
the
fixed
venue.
camera in the back of the room.
That's the word I was looking for. So it's fixed. So you're and it's real grainy and shaky, but you see him like arguing with the guy, and then he takes his guitar off and he steps forward off of camera toward the guy, and you can just see him start to swing the guitar. He's holding it by the end of the neck, and he swings the body of the guitar off camera, and then you just hear this, come on, and then he pulls the guitar back, and it's in fucking shreds, and the strings are hanging off, and it's it's all broken apart, and then he looks at the crowd and he goes. And everyone's booing him. They're like, boo, what the fuck? What just happened? And he goes, hey, you guys all seen him? He came at me. And they're like, no, he didn't. That was uncalled for. And the best part, too, was if you can find this, I'm sure it's
there. I'll put a link in the show notes.
at the end of it, he takes the guitar pick, which is still in his right hand, in the end of his fingers, and he attempts to put it in between the strings at the end of the neck of the guitar, like a guitar player does. Like, that's where you keep your pick.
To hold the
But
pick.
the guitar is in fucking shreds. Like, there's nothing left of it, but he still wants to put his pick back. And then as everyone's booing him, he just goes, "Show's over," and he fucking storms off, and that's it. El Kabong.
He now goes by the name Luke Francis.
I don't get that one.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
that's
Is that a
just
local
that's
joke?
for us. That's for us.
Okay.
That was a comic who came up to Coots, and well, by the time he left after his show,
Uh-huh.
all the money he was going to get paid went to bail him out of jail
Ooh.
and fix the damage to the car and
Ooh.
the band house.
Ooh. Ooh.
He didn't leave with much money.
No. Ouch.
Yeah,
Had a good time though.
Yeah.
he had a great time.
Now, so what's El Caban do now? Is he still doing comedy?
I really don't know. I doubt it, because he was, you know what, honestly, and this is a morbid thing to say, he was a pretty old cat when this happened. He
Yeah.
might not even still be with us. And I don't mean he's dead. He's probably quit listening to this podcast by now.
He could be a soccer ref.
Boo.
Guys, I've had a great time.
No,
It's
this is
been- Brett, you've added so much to the show that we didn't even know we were missing.
Right. I know, right? I appreciate you guys welcoming onto your program. It's been exciting for me.
If you ever want to retire from the football reffing game, you always have a place here.
Oh, that's special. Thank you very much. And thank you for saying football properly.
what's the plan? When's your departure for LA? Or
Originally, we were going to come here in January and hang out for a couple of weeks through the Super Bowl party, and then go to LA after the Super Bowl party.
Doug's Stanhope's Super Bowl party.
Instead of that, we came early, and after we got here, we found out that Doug has canceled the Super Bowl party.
And Doug left.
And he's gone. So
He went to Australia
right, yeah, well, yeah,
for up until a week ago.
he said come down here immediately, and I'm like, all right, and then we do, and he's gone for a month.
And then we left. Tracy and I left. So they were basically here by
So
themselves.
it was Carrie Mitchell and I by ourselves wandering around Bisbee, and frankly, we loved it. So I don't know what the plan is. It's very much up in the air. It's called freedom. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sometime in early 2015.
so there is no Super Bowl party.
Yeah, it's canceled unless the Arizona Cardinals make the Super Bowl. That's the
One caveat, yeah.
that I heard.
So it is canceled. So it's 100% canceled.
So it's canceled. It's 100% canceled.
Hey, Raiders win. Raiders win.
That's good. That pulled 4 more people back into the pool.
Yeah, the Quinn from Impractical Jokers had nearly a lockdown on the worst team pool, but
Yeah.
now he's tied with 4 other
He's got
guys.
company now at the bottom.
That's amazing.
Well, we've got a Green Bay game tonight, so we're gonna jet
We have
out
to
of here.
prepare.
Green Bay is a well represented team of fans out here.
Yeah,
so.
it turns out there's dumb shits everywhere, even Bisbee. So there's a contingent of Packer fans.
Do they have an official bar of the Green Bay Packers?
Yeah, it's at Doug's house.
Yeah, Doug's house is the official bar for all 4.
It's a good deal because everything's supplied for them.
Free liquor and probably some food.
It's good for it. It fits their situation because it's free liquor and food, and they're all jobless
That's
fucking
awkward.
morons. So it fits the situation.
The thing is, I'm wondering, are you catering the food tonight based on the teams that are playing? Like some cheese skins or cheese curds or
We'll have cheese curds and wild game falcon.
roadkill?
It's pretty much up in the air. We don't
Wow.
even know. We haven't gone up there yet. So
We have until 6 o'clock to figure this out.
yeah.
You sound like John in his movie.
Yeah. We're in the same kind of time frame. Same sort of pressure.
Guys, we're all on a deadline here.
I'm the only guy who doesn't have shit to do on Monday.
I'll tell you what you're gonna be able to do. You're gonna be able to listen to this podcast Tuesday morning.
Not this Tuesday morning, but a Tuesday morning
Some
in the future.
Tuesday morning in the near future.
Oh no! If you release it on Tuesday, you have to put a spoiler alert. There's a lot of people that'll be angry if you ruin my short film for them.
They're going to be like, I thought the first 2 minutes of the film were good, but the last 3 minutes were given away on the podcast. So.
Hey, it really drug on the last.
Guys, our biggest Near the Wild fan at Tim Madonna is going to be really upset if you ruin the movie for him. That's my new thing. I'm going to give a shout out to at Tim Madonna every time on every podcast, just because he's the first person on Twitter to actually add me and say something about the podcast.
I'm going to add Tim Madonna.
Yeah.
Do it. At Tim Madonna.
I'm in.
Pay it forward.
At Tim Madonna. I'm in.
No, that's the beauty. Like on Twitter, I've been getting just fucking annihilated going, when you guys put on our podcast? You guys think, wait, are you in Costa Rica? And I have to respond in 28 words, you know?
We're better at putting them out when you are in Costa Rica.
I know.
Yeah.
That's actually the best.
So that's coming up.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to another episode of Near the Wild. We thank our guest, Brett Erickson.
Thanks, guys.
I'm John
and,
Norris. Oh, wait. Becker's got more stuff.
Go ahead.
We need a script for this, I think.
Edit.
You guys need to record a standard close. Les Stroud, Survivor Man.
Brought to you by the Bisbee Miners.
This is actually our standard close. This is what it sounds like every time.
Yeah. This is pre-recorded. This isn't even live right now.
This is dubstep. Good step, and Greg will dub it out.
It's dumb step.
I'm Matt Becker on a bus in Anchorage, Alaska.
I'm John Norris, also in Anchorage, Alaska, but not on a bus.
And I'm Greg Chaille in Bisbee, Arizona, sitting across from comedian Brett Erickson.
I'm in Bisbee, Arizona, because I'm sitting across from Greg Chaille in Bisbee, Arizona.
Go find Brett's movie, The Unbookables, if you can.
Go and then burn it. But follow me on Twitter at Brett Erickson 68. I'm one of at Tim Madonna's biggest fans.
You've been listening to the Near the Wild podcast with Matt Becker and John Norris, recorded in Anchorage, Alaska on Matt Becker's backyard bus. Engineered by me, Greg Chaille.